He was cut down on the play by David Long Jr.
And you see right there, David Long, I think, caused the fumble.
David Long did prevent that first down.
Welcome in, everybody, to another episode of Tape with a Titan. Today, we're going to break down some Titans tape with linebacker David Long, who had a pretty great rookie season in the opportunities that he got to play. We're going to look specifically at some of those opportunities now, starting with the Kansas City game. So, this is week 10. Jayon was out. He missed this game. Wesley Woodyard started, and you ended up playing 28 snaps on D, rotating in. So I'm just curious, what was it like that week preparing to go? Did you know you were going to be rotating in more with Jayon out? Because in the Chargers game, you didn't get as much opportunity. So I was just curious what that week of preparation was like, and just knowing that you were likely going to be facing Patrick Mahomes.
Right. With the week before, as you said, like the Chargers game, I had a couple plays, but I didn't play as much as the Kansas City. But the week before, I had made a couple plays, so I felt like they could trust me more out there. So I was hoping to get more opportunities, and I end up getting those opportunities, available. So I just took what was given to me, and made the best of it. With Patrick Mahomes, I played him in college too.
Here's Mahomes. He'll tuck it. Looking to run. Mahomes finally chopped down at the 37-yard line by David Long.
When he was at Texas Tech. So I was, pretty familiar with his style of play. And I was pretty eager, to go out there. And we ended up winning.
Yeah, so this is here, second and 7, just to set up the play. 2nd and 7, Chiefs at their own 42-yard line. I'm curious if you can tell us what kind of call you guys are in here, and what's your responsibility on this play?
Well, my responsibility is the A-gap. I'm A-gap off the nose. But this is just read and react. I just shot that B-gap. That safety, Kenny is really can fit that gap if he wants to. But I end up, just seeing like that the ball would stay in front side, so I just shot the gap. And fast, I would have made it way cleaner tackle if the guard didn't if the tackle didn't tackle me. But it was I got in where I could.
Yeah, and before the snap, David, it looks like you and Rashaan maybe communicating there. I'm curious if there's something that you guys saw that initiated that communication, and what are you saying to each other?
Well, the back is deep, so he's either coming. It's either an inside play, or he's running behind the quarterback. So that's what our pre-snap alignment, we adjusted to that.
Gotcha. It looks like Mahomes is pointing out Rashaan here, maybe calling out the mic.
Yep.
And then you guys have to adjust to that?
Adjust to it, right.
Nice. So you just shoot in there, shooting that B gap.
Yeah. You see, Harold. This really Harold's gap, But me just being, just a football player, I just, seen the opportunity and shot for the gap.
If you shoot that, you got to make the play, right?
Yeah, if you shoot it, you better make the play. So whenever I shoot those gaps, I tend to make the play if I'm going to do that.
Can you tell us if Jeffrey Simmons is two gapping on this one?
Right here. Yeah, he's two gapping, but he's two gapping. His gap is that front side A, but
he gets doubled, which doesn't help.
Yeah, right.
But that kind of helps you if that linebacker climbs.
Right. If the tackle climbs. The faster, I try to get downhill as fast as I can to get those, those double teams off, the guys up front. They help us a lot, so I try to, pay that back. They appreciate that, though, that getting downhill. They hate those double teams.
Damien Williams. Ball's on the ground and is scooped up by the Titans. Evans taken up.
We're going to move on now to the play that may have been the most important defensive play of the whole season. It was the strip sack. The strip that Rashaan picked up in return for a touchdown.
Yeah, turning point.
Yeah, so 1st and 10, Tennessee territory. You guys are down 10-7, and they got a little drive going here. So if you guys don't get this stop, I mean, who knows what could happen?
Right.
Can you explain what the call is?
So if you see pre-snap, his depth is kind of behind Mahomes. So I point out that he can be running the like stretch or slash, that way towards Kelsey. So that was a pre-snap, and that ended up being a play. But I can't be too fast because I'm the cutback player. So, but I almost end up overrunning. Had to stick, I had to stick and come back, make that play with the help of the D lineman.
So that's what Kenny's telling you then at the top is to come over to match this motion.
Right.
And does that change your gap? Obviously you were, so did you have him in a man, was that your man?
Yeah, right.
Gotcha. So when I let it roll, once the ball is snapped, where do your eyes go? What's your first key?
Well, there's a big gap. I'm playing a quarterback in the slash, so I see him hand. I gotta make sure he's handed it off. Now I can tempo the ball. I'm always trying to make a play, so I almost overrun it. I'm trying to run through, find a gap, but it ended up coming back to me. So last minute I see my ball out. Like a lot of people say, like, did you mean to punch it out? Yes, I did mean to punch it out.
I was gonna ask that actually. If that was you rallying, that your teammate's already there, Austin Johnson's holding him up, or if you just kind of,
last minute, he showed it.
Yeah, and I'm kind of curious, David, about the feedback that you may have got on this play watching the film back, because like we said, I think there's a chance you may have almost over pursued it, right? It ends up being such a game-breaking play. So when the coaches look at this tape, what sort of feedback do they have for you?
Basically, like how I just said, as far as tempo the ball, I'm the cutback player. Don't try to don't overrun it. Basically, just be out there. As I was saying, like this was the second game, I was getting more play time, so I'm just out there, trying to make plays. So at that point, I probably could have been a little, as far as put a little slower, but it ended up breaking out.
Yeah, definitely will. Great play there. We're going to look at two more plays from the Kansas City game. I kind of want to look at these two together. They happened just 2 snaps apart.
Mm-hmm.
Towards the very end of the game, you guys are down 2 points, 29-27, 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter when this first play happens. So you're getting into that scary territory where you need to stop to help get the offense a chance. And you guys ended up getting it. So this 1st and 10 here from the 36-yard line, it looks like they're running a counter. Just going to the right and coming back to the left. So just curious what you're reading and what you're looking for before you try to shoot this gap.
Well, anything, when the balls come my way and the pulls come my way, I'm supposed to spill anything, the first thing I see. And, Rashaan's going to play out for me. But the blockers didn't make it to me, so I found the ball.
Mm-hmm. So this polar is the first thing that keys you?
Yep. But Harold spills him, and then that next, Kelsey's supposed to, make it outside, but I guess they, it didn't get to me, so I just found the ball.
Nice. And you're lined up on the weak side here, but it was a strong side before Kelsey moved.
Yeah, Logan's out there. Yeah, this is Penny. I'm away from the nickel.
Gotcha. Okay. So they hit a big completion downfield right after that stop, and so now they're 1st and 10 on the 23-yard line, down to 4.5 minutes left. Again, it's crucial to get a stop.
Yeah.
So it looks like you're on the opposite side of the field here. What determines your alignment in these types of plays? Because on the last play, you were on the right and Rashaan was on the left, and now it's flipped.
This is base though, weak side to the hash, and my alignment goes off, the strength of the offense. So it's 2 wide receivers over there, and it's high formation. So I'm lined up. Hey, guys.
Opposite that. Gotcha.
Right.
And this motion, does that change your gap when that starts moving?
Yeah, right. So I see him go, so now I move. And like the last play, I'm supposed to spill the first thing I see, but here I was just being a ball player and end up finding the ball.
Yeah, you had to fight through a lot of traffic on this play.
Yeah, I should have been spilling at 61. I should have been inside at 61. But like we said earlier, if you gonna shoot that, if you're gonna shoot, you better make the play.
And the Ravens in business at the 36-yard line. Give it to Edwards and trip. As he gets back to the line of scrimmage, that's it.
All right, we got 2 plays from the Baltimore game. Big game, obviously. Big play.
Yeah.
So to kind of set this one up in a similar way as I did with Kansas City, it's another game. Jayon got hurt in the playoff game against New England. And I just want to ask again what that week was like for you, both personally as you prepared to play.
Injury to Jayon Brown, that's a big hit. Wesley Woodyard and David Long Jr. will split snaps.
And also just for the team in general, going up against this juggernaut 14-2 Ravens team, everyone's talking about how they're going to the Super Bowl. Do you guys like playing with that underdog chip on your shoulder mentality?
Of course, everybody likes to, everybody don't like to be the underdog, but when you're in that position, it brings a lot more fire, to you. So I'm pretty sure everybody took that with a grain of salt. We went out there and showed that. But being my first year in the league, a lot of people said you don't just go to the playoffs. Like this doesn't just happen. So I was taking everything, way more serious, as far as like locking down on certain stuff. Number 8 out there, great athlete. So, we had to hone down on a lot of stuff in the film room. So that's what we did. And we're out there, we played ball.
Yeah.
Try not to take it too serious, try not to overthink like I gotta do this, I gotta do that, and at the end of the day it's football. You gotta go out there, win your one-on-ones, win your battles, so that's what we went out there and did.
Yeah. So this first play, it's 1st and 10. This is after you guys started with the ball and had to punt it away, and Baltimore starting to drive a little bit here. Just crossed over into Tennessee territory, and I noticed this H-back comes across.
Yeah, so that was our key. They used him a lot. So
yeah,
as far as I wanted to communicate that to my teammate.
So does that change what you guys are doing? Is there a check there?
Nah, it doesn't. It doesn't change anything. It's more about be alert. It's more about alert of 42.
Yeah, I'm curious. So it doesn't change the call, but does that change your responsibility at all?
No. It doesn't change. Not at all. Everything's the same. It's just more about when he goes here, when he goes here, what we're getting, basically. So just, pre-snap alignment, pre-snap, stuff like that gonna help you make the play. I seen where 42 is going, so I know where the ball is going.
Yeah, and I'm curious, once that ball is snapped, what are you seeing exactly? Did you recognize anything here, or is it just simply reading the offense?
Simply reading the offense. I seen that a lot of the times when you got that big old gap in front of you, they want you to shoot that. Like that gap where Rashaan's in, they want me to shoot that. I'm not making that play if I shoot that. I'm gonna be behind the ball. So that's what I had to work on my game as far as like being too fast, and as far as like shooting gaps, it's a lot different than college, because a lot of linemen is smart. They want you to shoot that gap just so they can, turn and hit you or they know you're not gonna make that play. So I just had to tempo certain stuff like that, and working out for me.
It's interesting that none of these guards or any of these linemen look to climb on this double team. And I've heard Deshaun Watson actually talk about how Houston runs their RPO stuff, and they don't climb for exactly what you just said. They want the linebackers to shoot and overrun the play. So it looks like Baltimore does it similarly. Can you talk about this technique here where Rashaan comes under you and you're kind of just...
No, that's not even like that. That's just ball. That didn't even mean it happened. Rashaan just trying to, he's trying to eat. That's all.
So this wasn't like a designed cross dog. blitz?
No.
Interesting. All right, we got one play left. The next play after this, by the way, was Kevin Byard's interception, so this was a pretty big stop.
Yep.
Without it, who knows if that even happens.
Right.
Let's finish. Let's finish, my folks.
Jackson trying to get there, but the initial look is short. David Long Jr., first one there for Tennessee.
All right, the last play we want to look at is one of the big fourth down stops. It was actually the first big fourth down stop.
Quarterback sneak? Yeah, quarterback boom.
How do you guys know? Did you guys know what was coming? Is that based on formation and stuff, or?
Like I said, like, they give you a lot of tendencies as far as, like, when you watch film. He probably seen something that alerted him, but I don't think this was a guy QB run. I think he was just trying to make a play right here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really supposed to, Rashaan's supposed to, like early, he's supposed to do the first thing, and I'm supposed to work over top. But I was just being a ball player right here. I was just, me being me. I see he wasn't working outside, and I seen, opportunity in that A gap. And I know somebody had to make a play, why not me? So that's what the D line, with the D line working up there, it wasn't no push from the Ravens O line. So that also worked in my favor.
Jeffrey Simmons. Well, Simmons defeated a double team, and that allowed Long to come through to keep Jackson, what appears to be just short of that first down.
Yeah, Jeffrey Simmons made a big play on this one to blow that up.
Yeah.
What are the fits here? What's your responsibility pre-snap?
Pre-snap, I'm just working off me and Rashaan is working off each other.
Gotcha.
Basically. Like, Rashaan is really supposed to be where that gap is. Like, he can really end up in that gap where I end up at, and I'm working outside of him.
Gotcha.
But that's just ball right there. We just, that's just how it unfolded. I just seen the play, seen the opportunity, taking it.
Yeah, and then I gotta ask, you mentioned, preparing for this game, and that obviously Lamar Jackson is playing here. What's it like, tackling him? Does instinct just kind of kick in, or is there a moment where you're like, this is Lamar Jackson, I better hold on here?
That's a fact. I mean, I'm not one of those players that goes out there and think like, I got to do this, I got to do that, because that's how you get broke down. That's how you get ran over. I know I'm a dog too, so when I go out there, he just gonna have to run through me or shake me. So anybody, when it comes to an offensive player, so I don't really think it's like I got to do this, but he's definitely slippery. You hope not to get him an open space, so.
Yeah.
It's my kind of cadets, so that was, the play that I need to make, that we need to make.
Yeah, and you made so many big plays in this game, and obviously as a sixth-round rookie, what do you feel that you showed the staff and your teammates that allow them to put so much trust in you, this late into the season?
I feel like that I showed them that I can, handle being out there, with the guys. I can handle being Mike, or being a player out there that's calling plays. Or I think this is one of my bigger games that I was really more vocal, as far as like, I feel like I was really coming into my own, because I'm not as vocal, but I was calling out stuff, being more verbal and pointing stuff out. So I feel like I was just becoming a better player, especially during this game. So I feel like that they showed them that they could trust me, and they showed them that it was the reason why they drafted me. So, continue to, work on myself, become a better player. There's no limit for me out there.
Yeah. You hear Mike Vrabel say a lot that you have to know what to do and play fast and aggressive.
My job is going to make sure that the players know what to do and that they play fast and aggressive.
Right.
I feel like you epitomize that kind of mantra of just playing so fast and aggressive. And yeah, like the Kansas City play, sometimes you almost overrun it, but because you're in the play, you're so aggressive, you're able to recover and make the stop.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I pride myself on, as far as like, I feel like that's, being fast, and knowing what to do, basically, as far as like what Mike be saying. you know what to do out there. It's, it's easy to just go out there, play ball. And now you're not thinking about nothing. You just, playing football.
It's crazy to me, David, is, we sit here and we watch this tape with you because you may not remember this, but I first got to know you shortly after you received your Senior Bowl invite.
Yeah.
Right? When you were still at West Virginia, and we got to spend some time together. And, you were considered a day 3 guy flying under the radar at that time. I remember I asked you how to describe your skill set. I asked you, how would you describe your skill set to me? And I still have the transcript from that conversation that me and you had. And you told me that you were fast, physical, and you understand how to read plays and adjust accordingly, and that you were and here we are nearly 2 years later, watching this film session, and that's exactly what it showcases. What I mean? That's what you told me on that day, and nothing has changed. So, and that's crazy to me. I love seeing that. So thanks again for your time, David. We really appreciate it. Best of luck to you as you get ready to enter your second training camp here shortly.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate having me on.
We're big fans, David. We wish you the best of luck this year.
Yes, I appreciate it.
Take care, man.
You too.
That'll do it for this episode of Tape with a Titan. We'll be back soon.